Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday stream of Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus Mod. We are going to be continuing our campaign with the Federation versus the Klingon Star Empire. We are, of course, in our Federation battleship. So without further ado, hello Laurendell, hello Raider, welcome to the stream, and let's get cracking. So I'm not quite sure where we left off. I know we've basically taken off all of the southern end of the Klingon Empire, so we're doing relatively well. Oh yeah, I forgot, we've nearly encircled them. So yeah, let's get underway and more or less annihilate everything that comes in our path. Apparently we're placing the pressure, I believe, on Kronos, and our battleship looks to be mostly undamaged. So let us continue our siege of the Klingon homeworld. If we can take this, we can sort of use it as a springboard to cut the Hydrons out from being able to take anything up here. Alright, let's pick it up. First mission of the day, a homeworld assault. I have the feeling that's going to be a good mission then today, because I believe we'll be able to take the planet. Apparently Kronos has become very green today. Bit of an odd change of scenery. We are squaring off against, you are not a B-11, are you? No, well, it's a B-11V, it's a B-11 super carrier. So basically take the B-11 and throw 12 fighters into it, and now you've got a B-11V. It's not terrifying, but it's pretty good. Yes, indeed. Warm up them tactical systems, Raider. We need to get everything all shipshape and ready to rock. We're being escorted today by the USS Kiev, as well as the USS Kursk, who is likewise a Federation battleship carrier. So we brought our own battleship carrier to this fight. The planet is a PL-2. That means it will be completely undefended, aside from the 8 Phaser 3s, but nobody cares about that, from our massive bombarding assault. So let's actually... Do I want to get close to it? I kind of do. Let's not overload. Let's be nimble, free, and aggressive. But in order to do that, we need to set ourselves our electronic countermeasure system to 4 pips on that and 2 on the electronic countermeasure to prevent them from messing with us, and throw a whole ton of power into the forward shield just to see if we can't tank every single one of those phasers that he happens to be carrying. There's also a B-11 off in this side. She is a standard version. So basically it's a mirror matchup, except we also brought a light carrier, or a light cruiser, light drone cruiser actually. So not the worst setup in the world. Kind of tempted to go for the Dreadnought carrier first, because I think it might just be a little bit more dangerous. But then again, we are more supposedly designed to go up against him. You know what? I'm going to cave. We're going to set it to overload. We're going to overload the photon torpedoes and hit them with everything we've got. Maybe the A-team needs to become the B-team? I don't think so about that. You gotta remember, they were fighting an entire skull lower in difficulty than the A-team was. And I don't quite remember any Disco Knights showing up on the B-team's mission, so not quite a fair comparison. Oh, that poor Centurion. That's the second time, you know, that it's had that arm chopped off. It's rather sad, actually. We're gonna have to refit it with something. I'm not sure what, but those SRM launchers, they've become less useful now that we've lost our Artemis fire control system on that. So let us pick up the speed a little bit, and we're going to get right in on top of him and nail him with a whole ton of heavy firepower. By the way, Raider, are you on the Discord? Because I feel like you should be on the Discord. If not, are you under a different name than what you've got here? Time to protect that armor. It's got all the armor we can throw on it. The best I can do is throw a shield on it, I suppose. Well, the only shield I've got is currently on the Hatchet Man, which thankfully survived. That Hatchet Man came very close to having a very, very bad day. You should join. We're actually about to start a Mech HQ game. And, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So our forward shield is down, which opened us up to all of those fighters. But I've got an F-Iron Photon Torpedo with your name on it, buddy, and we've managed to cut through both his forward shields and his aft shields. We need to turn away and hopefully protect ourselves from these fighters. Let's get the repairs underway right away. I've said it way too many times at this point. And we'll repair the phasers first, because those are obviously the most important thing. Photon Torpedoes back down to normal mode, because I don't want to have to bother with that. And how much power are we currently sitting at? Not enough to charge things, so we'll reduce speed just quite a bit, actually, as those Phaser X's charge, and they are hugely taxing on the system. Launch all the missiles. Let's hit these fighters as fast as we can. The more important thing that just happened by doing that is we ate up a ton of fighter firepower. They had to invest it in protecting themselves from the missiles, which means they weren't shooting at us. Let's see if we can't get the Gatling Phaser. It's not a Gatling Phaser, it's a normal Phaser X into a target on that. So we've got most of the enemy fighters at this point. We're going to keep our focus on them. If the defensive system will please keep up with the demand. I'd rather not launch all of my missiles at that target, but I think I'm going to end up launching all of my missiles at that target. We also need to keep our launchers up at a fairly decent level. And you are already dead and you haven't even realized it yet. Half shield is down. I'm assuming that's the B-11 that's right up behind us, isn't it? Yeah, you're dead. Lovely. Okay, let's actually focus on the fight and see what's actually going on. Oh, hi! You are way too close to me. Fighters would die immediately if I were to launch them here. Drop a mine. Let's see if we can't push him away a little bit. He's a B-11. Of course he's not going to be pushed away by just that. Oh, we're starting to take the rough hits on this one. Now, technically, the B-11 super battleship does outclass us. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit more powerful, and a little bit more dangerous. He's got more phasers, more heavy weapons and all around than we do, and so it's quite the interesting fight to have to duel him. Although, I might be able to push him back a little bit with this. Hi, take this, enjoy it. You should be able to handle it, no problem. His point defense system is going nuts on this one, but one missile will actually survive to hit him. Interesting. Minor damage? Oh, it's taking a lot more than minor pretty soon. So let's get the repairs underway. We need to get some maneuverability going on here. Luckily, we do have a defense ship going on, so that's great. That is being repaired soon. I need that missile launcher back. Actually, I need that point defense system back first, because he's got missiles. And as you can see, fighters. Oh, I don't want to have to fight you. I mean, I will if I have to, but I very much prefer not to. We want to get some distance. That was the great thing about that missile salvos. It allowed us to get plenty of distance in on this guy. Okay. I want you dead, and I think that'll do it. His disruptors are great plinking weapons, and they are managing to do quite the number on us. Did we already kill their... We must have already killed their battleship carrier. Yeah, they need to go pretty gosh darn fast, because we are already quite stuck in it. I need to get around to get the starboard side towards him, which unfortunately that'll mean isolating us more from the Kursk. I'd like to rejoin with them, but in order to do that, I've got to expose that open side, and I'm not about to do that. So we're going to keep the speed up. We're going to use we're going to use the great thing about the Federation battleship, its flexibility, and that we'll be able to basically speed away at maximum power, and he shouldn't quite be able to catch us. Repair teams are dodging disruptor fire. Yeah, there's quite a bit of it coming in, isn't there? Defense shift is down to 0, which is unfortunate. It's probably because the phase capacitor is taking all the power. I'm going to half that right now. See if we can't get a little bit of power to the defensive systems, because that's going to be more than a little bit important. Nope, we just do not have the power. We are 12 points under power, or is it only 10 at this point? But we are recovering. So we've got our aft shield starting to come back, and we do have a good shield towards them as we moved to regroup towards the Kursk, although the Kursk should be able to do one heck of a number on him. I want these missile launchers back repaired before I start lobbing volleys at them. We've lost 2 launchers on this one. Atomic warfare needs to be patched up as well, just to make sure that we actually get effective use. Start slowing down. We don't need as much speed anymore. We've got the distance we're looking at, and soon we should be able to change systems towards maybe an evasive maneuvering. That might be the way to go. Send proximities this way. And not terrible hits at all, so we are starting to chew down on him a little bit. And the Kursk getting in there, nailing him with some closer range firepower. Actual proper photon torpedoes, and then his aft photon torpedoes. So he's managed to open up the Relentless, so that is currently apparently the name of our current opponent. I need 2 launchers back online before I can actually get anything accurate in on him, but you know what, maybe we'll be lucky with something. Just keep getting through that open shield. There's not much I can do about it, to be perfectly honest, although we can't work for it. Are we meant to see stars? Well, there is a viewport right over there, so I assume so. Let's pull away. And your defensive systems are engaged. You're starting to shoot down most of them. Yeah, no, actually, a couple of them actually managed to get through the defenses. That's wonderful. Okay, we really need to go in evasive maneuvers for now, because we're not engaging. We are not fighting people at the moment, and that's a bit of a problem. So we're going to go full defense shift, full evasion, and hopefully that'll keep him from being able to get accurate fire towards us. Are there spacesuits nearby? Well, when was the last time you saw a spacesuit in Star Trek? It's been a while, hasn't it? Alright, I don't want to fire photon torpedoes because this would be absolutely terrible for trying to hit them with anything. Keep the repairs going because we got to get ourselves repaired on this one. I'm actually pretty happy with how this engagement has gone. It's not great. I mean, it would have been better, obviously, if we didn't take critical penetrating damage, but this was 2 B-11 super battleships versus 2 Federation standard battleships, and this light cruiser is a light cruiser. It's a drone light cruiser. It's not even like a powerful good one. Don't have a good angle to do this, so maybe I shouldn't be coming right in towards them. I should probably keep the range going on. Well, there's ones on disco. Yeah, I suppose. There's ones in all of the Star Treks, but when was the last time you saw an episode with any of them? Oh, we were just bad on the angle. Managed to hit his forward shield rather than his side shield like we had intended. We're going to keep the evasion going. I can't afford to run into this mine right now. At the same time, I don't exactly want to get all that close to the super battleship, although that is too good a shot not to take. Because it's an opening and I don't have many of those. Cannot fire... Oh yeah, of course. We are in erratic maneuvers. There shall be no seeking fire weapons going on here. Really, we are very much harming our ability to hit anybody while we're doing this, but it will keep us alive. I was going to say, depending on how serious you're watching. Now they've all had them. Every single one has. And there goes our drone cruiser. Oh, wow, nice hits from the missiles already getting through. Maybe it's time... Oh, we're out of missiles anyway. We only got one, so that was a total waste of a repair port. Fix the phaser, and then fix the photon... No, fix the forward firing photon torpedo. I care more about that than an aft firing one, even though I'm in a great position to do something about it. Let's shut off the evasive maneuvers and photon torpedoes, because I have one that shoots backwards. And it missed, of course. It's exactly how I expected that to go. So once we come back in around this... Never mind, it wasn't needed. Kursk handling things for us. Although I should have realized that once he stopped being able to fire his AMD, should have deployed our fighters, because our vultures would have been very good at supporting things. Alright, so a successful assault right there. Now, of course, we need to bombard and take over the planet. But that's not exactly hard. If it was a PLPH, it would be time-consuming. Not difficult, but time-consuming. And just a standard PL will be relatively quick and not time-consuming at all. So once we get within range, we can start lobbing photon torpedoes. Yep, all that's left is this giant planet. Don't hit the ring, otherwise you could explode. That would be bad on many, many levels. We're missing one of our photon torpedoes for a forward assault. Maybe it'll be ready in time, but I doubt it. Yep, repair going. Yep, 84 points of power. We're good on that one. We're within range of photon torpedoes, so open fire. Start bombing the planet. They shall realize we managed to get 4 of 7 photon torpedoes today, so that's not terrible at all. Keep working in that towards that goal, and we should be able to completely conquer the planet. It's a shame that he won't actually get close to the planet to actually do real support. Alright, so most of the ship systems have been repaired, although our armor has been no doubt severely compromised, to be expected after fighting 2 B-11 super battleships, but hey, still worth noting. A couple of long-range photon torpedo fire going on from both of us, doing a little bit of work already, but we want to get nice and close so we can use our phasers to the maximum capability that they are capable of throwing out. And get me just outside of range. If we get just outside of range of the phaser 3s, then that'll be the perfect range with which to engage from, because we will be able to kill him and he won't be able to touch us. So all weapons select, open fire. Oh, that was lovely. Even the missile got through for 136 damage in total. How many Marines he got left after that? He's got 10. Photon torpedoes, overload. So we'll take out this planet very shortly. Down to 6 just from the phaser barrage. Gotta love Federation heavy weapons. Well, the phaser X's are not technically heavy weapons. Send over the Marines. We've got this planet taken. And make sure to remind Captain not to get distracted. We won't hit the planet. It'll be fine. Just gotta wait for them to finish securing everything on the ground, and that'll be a great way to start today's stream with the capture of Kronos. I mean, not the full capture of Kronos, but one of the stages of the capture of Kronos. So not terrible at all. Alright, let's see how much... Well, it's 4... no, it's 670, isn't it? For capturing a homeworld? Is it 670 or... Yeah, it is 670. Haha, I remember the numbers. Alrighty, so pressure east down to Empire Defense of 55. I want to stop home, though, and get a little bit of resupply going on here. Also, 352 damage is what he was able to deal out towards us, which is not an insignificant amount by any stretch of the imagination. Restock up all the missiles. Our fighters are good, mainly because we don't really use them, because the Klingons would shoot them all down. If I could do something like an electronic warfare fighter that would protect from AMDs and that sort of thing, I would definitely... Actually, no, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it because I've only got 1 fighter squadron anyway. But if I could split my fighter squadron into 2 fighter squadrons, then we could do something about it. Alright, back to Kronos. Did they finally go? Yep, everything has been repaired, although you're going to have to make room for the diplomat who's clearly taking your quarters up on this one. So a diplomatic delivery has been requested for us to go on. Of course, who wouldn't want to be escorted in style to a conference in a battleship? Although it does appear that a Klingon force of a C-10 battleship, or C-10 carrier? C-10 battleship? One of the two, has actually shown up to try and stop us from doing the cool things. So let's overload all heavy weapons and actually get this thing done in style. Make sure the electronic countermeasures come up, because that's just going to be entirely critical to our actual success. It makes it much more difficult for them to accurately hit us, and that's just critical. It does look like he's all on his lonesome, so that'll be wonderful. Let's increase the speed of time while I actually start getting towards him, and also come down to the power menu so I see how much power I can steal from the shield budget. Send a probe! Let's find out exactly what's going on here. I'm not super concerned about it, but it may be a problem. You've got 6, 9 missiles. Yeah, you're basically me, aren't you? You're me in Klingon form, which means you're not as cool because we have... Well, I was about to say we have 4 nacelles, but so does he, but we have 4 nacelles that are spaced out instead of 2 of them scrunched in tinily under that neck. Yes. Klingon Dreadnought design is not exactly inspired. Okay, 7 speed of time. Let's go launch our Let's Get Closer device, because that will force him to immediately go for a Wild Weasel, and we should be able to follow up rather aggressively once that hits. At least I anticipate that. His point defense system is 4 AMDs, so yeah, we might be able to get through with 9, and it might even just trick him into launching his Wild Weasel anyway, and that'll allow us to get in under his defenses anyway. So he's opening fire, long-range skirmishing. He's not going to penetrate a shield of 22 with that little amount of phaser fire. And the AMD is kicking in, but he did activate the crash stop, and most of them are going to be going right on through. Wait for the hit, wait for the hit. That's a beautiful hit. Follow up with the missiles. All weapon select. Let's have some fun. And wait for it, wait for it. Now, photon torpedoes back to normal mode. And we'll turn away and pull away in good order after just ripping through his defenses. Now, the only thing that I screwed up on right here was the fact that I actually did not fire my aft photon torpedo in overload mode because I set all of the photon torpedoes back to normal mode, and that is a bit unfortunate. His point defense system is still mostly intact, which is also unfortunate, but our missiles are about to be ready. I don't think we're going to get through on this one, especially not on a stern chase, but he is holding out to a couple of them, so that may work in our favor. So they'll be passing into his point defense range any second now. Yep, there they go. It's a little less thick because he lost one of them, but that doesn't change the fact that he is frightfully effective with all those. So let's slow down a little bit more. Phasers are going to be our primary heavy weapon for a little while the photon torpedoes get all set up, because I doubt the missiles are going to be able to cut through that, at least not for the foreseeable future. If we deal a nice amount of damage to them, we'll definitely cut through. Phasers, make sure they're set to overload, and we'll come through with a nice little love tap to them. Although we are going to have to probably beat through both of these shields if we want actual good shots on this one, because I don't want to get too close to them. Honestly, I'm more than happy to fire from just at a range of 5, which coincidentally will put our photon torpedoes ready to rock. So, phasers, photon torpedoes. Not bad at all. Oh, we cut through something important. His defensive tractors are offline, so we're going to launch some missiles and see how he deals with it. Was able to deal with all of them, but that still let a missile on through because it was too close for him to actually do anything about it. Phasers from long range and skirmishing. We don't want to get too close, because if we get too close, well, that opens us up to being punched really, really hard. Laurendale and Raider in the chat trying to figure out who's going to sleep where. That's a scatter pack. Killed it. Good. That did take some phaser firepower, but that's not a huge deal at this point. He's taking away from our forward shield reinforcement, but we've got our port side towards the enemy, so I'm perfectly happy with that one. 2 of our well, actually 4 of our photon torpedoes are ready to go, but only 2 of them shoot forward and 2 of them shoot backwards. So he's down to 7. How is your marine count? 11 is doable. We might try and steal this ship, just because it would be amusing to steal a Klingon vessel. Yeah. Wow, you got them to crash into a planet twice? I've had a couple of times where the AI will spawn in a planet and explode, but I've never seen them deliberately smash into planets. Alright, so we're starting on an overtake already. We're in a good position. Photon torpedoes should be ready by the time we actually get within range. They are. I'm going to wait to a range of about 5 again. That way our phasers are much more effective. Photon torpedo follow-up will be more effective, and basically we make him hurt a lot. That's the goal. Well, we're working on making it go a little bit faster, but you got to be a little bit careful with dreadnoughts, because we have to hop back and forth between our primary base of operations and the Kronos itself on the siege, so we don't want to take too much damage trying to get there. Okay, knocked out both of those. Photon torpedoes got 6 of 8. His point defense system is down. I think these missiles got him. Maybe. His point, yep, too close. He's not going to be able to handle it. Good night. Lovely. Alrighty, so that's the Klingon force annihilated. Everything's been taken care of, just as I thought it would be. Quick check on the sensors. There's nothing, so green alert.
Yellow alert.
And let's cruise on out there as fast as we can. Cost you a DDX? Ooh, that sucks. The AI normally tries to avoid planets like it's nobody's business. So we're just going to cruise on to the planet, drop off Mr. Diplomat over here, figure out exactly what's going on with him. And then we'll move back onto Kronos. Basically, big stick diplomacy. Wouldn't it be the perfect thing, of course, to be delivered on board of a... Send the tractor. There we go. To be delivered on a Federation battleship. truly there can be no better diplomatic conveyance to send a message. So, should be 300 maybe? Prestige on this one. Maybe a little bit more. It was a battleship after all. Not 280. So 300 was pretty close actually. And that tile is ours. So hop back to Kronos. Hello, shipyard assault or convoy raid? I think we have to take the shipyard assault. The convoy raid would probably send us up as one-on-one at B11. We'd wipe them out and then we'd go for the convoy. But the shipyard assault, well, oh god. That's a problem. That's a problem on several levels. So we're squaring off against a B-10 and a C-10. So what we just fought, we got to fight again. And then a B-10 heavy battleship as well. Which, of course, is not quite on my list of things that I wanted to do today. But what we can do is we'll kick up the speed something fierce on this one. And I think we're going to go back to old-fashioned tactics on this one. That's right, we're going to do the standard Federation long-range rope-a-dope. Which is going to sit at range, blink at him with proximity photon torpedoes, and then run away every time he gets anywhere near us. It'll take a little while to actually get done, but it will allow us to basically wipe out anybody we want to. And one of the great things about a Federation battleship is we have power to burn. Got speed as well. I mean, look at that. Just with the phasers alone, currently not charging, we are doing a speed of 25. So as long as we can maintain that, we shouldn't have too many troubles. We are within range, so we do want to cut things out a little bit. Don't want to get too close to this dreadnought. We definitely want to keep things extended at this moment. Although it might actually be a good idea to do a single close-in pass with the photon torpedoes, doing basically the exact same thing we did the last time for the initial opening salvo. Yeah, I think that may actually be a good plan. So we're going to do it. We're not overloading the photon torpedoes, so we do have a lot more power to sort of spare for speed and maneuverability. But the missile's probably not great. I do need to be behind this salvo by a pretty considerable margin, actually. No, you launched K-Swifts. Okay. I was about to say, unless you launched a scatter pack, in which case, go in full power. Ah, there's this crash stop right there, and there goes the shuttle. Phasers, protect me. Oh. Alright, break off. We're going to kill these guys. So, photon torpedoes, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I really should be breaking off right now, but I gotta risk it. I feel the need. Shoot! And break. Yeah, that was my concern right there. Full power, pull on through. Missiles right on top to eat up a little bit of damage. And, ooh, getting through. Not terrible at all. And we'll be able to pull through without too much more on this one. Patch up the 2 sets of phasers, and we'll get our distance going. And photon torpedoes before we leave range. Got a good hit on that. Let's get power to the aft shield. Never mind, the aft shield is gone. Okay, that's going to make this escape a lot more difficult on this one. And they've got fast missiles, although we should have an AMD which should be able to handle it. I hope. Trying to keep the turn going so that we actually have our defensive shield in position to actually handle this. So, we're not going to get through again. So long-range plinking is about the best I can do with this one. So it may just be a good idea to go evasive maneuvers to try and protect ourselves, because we don't want to get too close. That is a very key thing here, is we must maintain the range. If we fail to do that, we will die. Crap, he got through my aft shield again. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. I mean, I'm kind of stuck in this turn, which is the harder thing about it. Because if I break out of the turn, I reveal my aft shields. I meant to shoot that at you, not you. Oh well. We'll make the turn now. We'll go evasive maneuvers. So that'll give us a defense shift that we desperately need. And we'll take this opportunity to get some distance going on here. Yeah, he can just handle pretty much all... Yeah, he can actually handle all that, although it did cost him the Wild Weasel to handle it. So that's not terrible. Photon torpedoes charging up kind of slowly. I'm not super happy about the progress, because mainly the ones that are currently available only shoot backwards. So lots of incoming fire, although our defense shift is doing quite a bit of work on this one. Really would like to break out of the erratic maneuver, though, in order to launch a whole ton of missiles towards the C-10. Now we can build out some distance on this one, but that might take a little bit of while to actually get done. Our shields are actually full. Our power shield regeneration is actually at full power. Damn it. The moment it came back, I didn't have an opportunity to reinforce it. How much power do I have just for free at the moment? Basically nothing. I don't need any electronic warfare, if I'm completely honest, at the moment, because I'm using everything for erratic maneuvers, which is giving me an automatic defense shift of 2. So I can use that for just a little bit of spare power on this one. And we're going to have to try and figure out a good way of coming at this. Hitting a B-10 is doable. Hitting a C-10 is doable. Hitting them both, kind of possible. It's going to be an interesting one, though. We just need to take an opportunity so we can get our aft shield back enough so that we can evade these guys, draw the range out, and use our proximities. There we go. So aft shield's back. So now I can put it towards them and just burn out to get away from them. Now he is a little bit closer and faster than I want him to be. He's traveling about as slowly as I don't mind. Might be a good idea. Yeah, we gotta go in on this guy. I can't fire seeking weapons, of course. Where's my brain today? Slow down. Get the forward shield reinforced because the aft shield is once again gone, and that's unfortunate on several levels. Launch a fighter, they'll instantly die to the AMDs. It's the unfortunate truth right now is that our fighter squadron is 90% useless. It doesn't even matter that we'll be able to do it once they do their crash stop. There we go. Try to get those photon torpedoes on target before you actually could get that defense going on. I am going to make that pass through even though it is into a defense shift of 2. Come on, erratic maneuvers, come back. They need a little bit of time to recharge. Half shield is back, but we are way closer than I want to be. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Maybe a good idea to bail on this one. I'm not sure. I'd like to go in on it. There we go. But yeah, their AMDs wipe out all of our missiles in almost one pass. Like, right there. There's no way that a single squadron of vultures is going to get through that. Really, at this point in the war, our vultures are useful for hunting down freighters, and that's about it. I'm half tempted to just try and blow through this group and try and annihilate their Stardocks without ever actually doing this fight. That probably is the best plan at the moment. They've got more than enough blinking fire to keep my shields down because they can attack them the moment they come back up. So trying to do the long-range poke that a Federation ship can do, probably a bit of a waste of time. So we're going to get around them and head up towards the enemy Stardocks as fast as we can. And for that, I'm going to actually shut off half of my photon torpedoes. You're offline. And you're offline. Alright. Can't fire my missiles because I don't have the defense going on right here. Let's get the aft shield, all that additional power that I can muster into it. Because I really would like to keep it online for a little while longer. And once we do that, we'll be able to rush on for the actual Stardocks themselves. So we're going to avoid the battleships. We're going to play Romulan on this one. And you know what? I'm just going to shut off all of my photon torpedoes at this point. We'll keep the aft one on just so I can plink back at the enemy. How much power does that give me? 1.5 points of energy. Oh, that's not great. That is not great on several levels. You know what? Turn off the aft one as well. Just give me something. There we go. 3.5 points of power to be held in the aft shield. That should be enough to get us going where we want to go. So we can't make a speed of 31. The game is restricting us. There's our target. All right, lovely. That will allow us to push away from that C-10 a little bit. Let's see if they can actually keep up with us. That'll be the real question. As we burn at maximum speed, we'll dump a mine. Oh, wait, no, we can't drop mines while moving erratically. Got to keep that in mind. It's all part of the show. Could go for the capture of the Stardocks just to mess with them. Because if we capture the Stardocks, that will become their #1 goal in the universe, is to annihilate the Stardock. Which we could use to our advantage. Oh, they're starting to get up to speed to be able to pursue us. We're not going to have a whole heck of a lot of time to pull off the mission. It's got to be a very close call. Using our erratic maneuvers as best as we can. We're also about to start passing into their missile range. Yeah, it's got incoming now. So I'm going to target you first. And the reason is because I'm going to draw them out over here, hopefully. And then as we do that, we'll be able to then cycle back over here to go through the Stardocks. Point defense system, please engage. Don't. Thank you. Don't leave me out on this one. It may actually be worth launching the fighters just to bombard the Stardocks, but I know how quickly Stardocks can annihilate fighters. Okay, I did not want to have to use the phasers in order to do that, but that'll be fine. Hopefully, as we charge up very, very slowly, because I kind of need that power in the aft shield. It's a little bit important, actually. As in, read very important. How much speed are we currently dealing with back here? 25 and 29. Yeah, the C-10's almost up to speed with us here. We are still pulling away, but it is very slowly. Gotta kind of rely on our phasers to be able to actually do this, and I'm not sure that they can. It's gonna be an interesting test. Because no photon torpedoes on this one, so we're solely reliant on our 15 phaser X's, of which I know 3 shoot backwards. So that's a bit of an issue. Oh, I don't want to have to slow down in order to make this maneuver. Face the maneuvers off. Line it up. And I can't hit the all weapons select button because that'll just mess with me too much. Alright, get ready for a point blank range assault. Go. It's not quite what I wanted, but that could work. Oh, you've got no defenses, aside from the tractor beams, of course, which you may be able to grab 9 fate. You can grab 9. That is terrifying on so many levels. So we got some Marines over, but it's gonna be not quite what I was hoping for. I'm gonna have to come back in to pass again to pollinate it one more time, which is a bit unfortunate. Looks like 2 of my transporters are offline. Let's get that repaired. Yep, 9 tractor beams. Welcome to installation warfare. It's not fun, and it will try and mess with you very, very quickly. Okay. So I am trying to travel at non-evasive maneuver speeds at the moment, just to kind of keep things going for us. Really, unfortunately, looks like our AMD is offline and reloading. Oh, we took some actual damage to important systems at the moment, and they're now starting to hit the hull again, which is doubly unfortunate. I need to get you to stop. You're faster. Stop, please. Okay, phasers are up. And they should be ready to go, hopefully. Should be able to chunk them down without too much trouble. Marines, let's get ready to do this. Send over the Marines. So, 6 for 8 is not terrible, actually. That mine should be too close to the station to actually work. Come on, any weapon at all. Should have parked a suicide shuttle. That would have been perfect. Who stopped? Did you stop? Did neither of you stop? Oh, because you pulled in front of them. Yeah, I suppose that makes a certain amount of terrifying sense. Got 32 Marines on board. There's no way I'm cutting through that. So your defenses consist of, well, all the defenses in the universe that are required. I don't want to have to pass anywhere near you, but I don't have much of a choice.
Evasive action.
Yeah, but erratic maneuvers are up. And that's going to take away pretty much all my defensive shielding at this point. But we are going to have to rely very heavily on that defense. You should stop, right? You're going to freak out and not be able to handle it. No, you're a calm, cool, collected captain. Or more likely for the AI, he probably is out of... Yeah, he's definitely out of scatterpacks. Or wild weasels. That's the name. Alright, we're passing on through. Our defense shift is not nearly as high as I need it to be at the moment. 2, actually, you know, it's about as good as it's getting. And they are through the shield again. Keep the repairs going. Oh, this Stardock attack is not going as well as hoped. But then again, we're facing basically double our own number. There should be allies. There should be. It would be very helpful. Oh crap, we lost a phaser. I need all of these phasers because I need to basically take on Stardock, which has 4 people left. How's the repairs going? Not tremendous. I can't turn away because this is the fastest course in order to get me towards the Stardock, so I have to be facing towards it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut the evasive maneuvering, and they're only at a distance of 17. Maybe I won't have to.
Stabilizing warp core.
Do I really want to try that? Marines, let's get ready to rumble. Marines, go. Okay, that Stardock is ours. Full power. We pull through now. Okay, we've lost quite a few of our aft shields at the moment, which is more than a bit of a problem. Now, on the bright side, when we flipped that, I do believe the AI focuses pretty much exclusively on things that you've stolen from them. Come on. I need that erratic maneuvering back right bloody now. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Jeez. We're going to die on that one. Okay, let's keep the repairs going. Okay, alright, so we captured it. See, immediately their response was to open fire on it with everything they had. Which, you know, they killed it, but that works in our favor. Alright, we need to run faster. We need more speed. We need more aggressive maneuverability, and I'm starting to run out of phasers in order to do things like that. Alright, I got 13 points of power in that aft shield. Jeez, where's all that power come from? Oh, because I slowed it down. I slowed it down pretty considerably, didn't I? Let's extend the range out. Yeah, we're still on that. Keep the repairs going. I need phasers. Phasers are king on this one. Well, it's got to be done. It's going to be our only way to actually pull this mission off. We are going to pull this mission off. I feel relatively confident on that. Despite the forces arrayed against us, I do believe we can handle this. It sucks, but it's the way it's going to have to be. I'm really, really tempted to shoot on you at this point, but I can't. Oh, we're actually at full power. Huh, that's interesting. Keep the phasers charged, because I need phasers. Phasers are life. I don't really honestly need photon torpedoes, if I'm completely honest. Why do I not have all that power again? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I do have about 13 points of power that I can pour into things. Trying to cut this turn as tightly as I dare. Okay, shield reinforcement. Switch it to the starboard. Because we're going to put them right in there, and hopefully we can get that reinforcement shifted around. Gosh darn it. There it goes. Okay, so I've really got to rely on that defense going on here. Because now I've got no power, so I want all that power, again, back to the aft shield, where it'll do some good. We need to make basically a straight beeline for that Stardock. Wish I could do something about this incoming fire, but there's really nothing I can do. I've got to make a direct path into it, basically. So we're relying very heavily on our evasive maneuvering. Unfortunately, they're positioned in an excellent spot just to continue to drill into me. We're going to have to cut out wide to port and come back around. Luckily, our port side shields are starting to slowly recover, and that'll work in our favor. Just gotta... You know what? I'm going to commit to this a little bit. So, a little bit like so. And now back in. That'll give me the aft shield back. And evasive maneuvering to... Phasers to there. Off! All phasers. And prepare the Marines. Go Marines. We've got it. So now we pass on through, relying on our aft shield, hopefully, desperately, to save everything. We're charging at a half rate. I could probably even reduce that even further. Because I don't need that recharge rate to do anything too quickly. Note to self, save the Gatling phaser for last because it takes years to recharge it, it feels like. Oh, that was quite a few hits that actually managed to hit us on that one. Good. The evasive action is once again back available. So once we get that phaser capacity... There we go. And we'll turn at full power. Oh, wait, what? Did we win? Oh, mission complete. How did we win? Okay. Oh, I know how this mission... I know how they scripted this mission now. This mission is scripted to either accept 3 captures or 3 destructions, or any combination thereof. So by capturing the one Stardock and them destroying it, that counted for 2. And then when we captured the 3rd, that was 3, and the mission thought it was over. Because the mission's not actually looking to see if the Stardocks are still alive. Oh, that's one way of scripting something. We gotta go back home. Empire Defense was still 55. That's unfortunate. We survived that. That's pretty impressive, to be completely honest. 304 more damage, plus the 21, plus the 5, plus an additional 5. Get up, go away, glitchy 5. Oh, no. We're never gonna be able to repair it. Gosh darn it. Great. So that 5 damage is now permanently associated with our ship. At least until we take a little bit of damage and repair even more. But even then, we've got a percentage damage to it, which it's refusing to repair. So that's great. But hey, again, we survived. And that's more than I can say for a lot of my opponents. Although, both of those battleships did survive, so there is that. The 5 damage has no honor. Yeah, it's gonna be there like a leech for all time. Alright, back to Kronos. Oh, gosh darn it. Ugh. I hate these diplomat missions sometimes. It's like I'm trying to capture the capital of the Klingon homeworld. Do you mind? Great. What are you? That's a B-10 battleship. Of course it is. And what do they give me? HMS Resolution. An X-type scout. Thanks. Couldn't be an XCP or anything like that. No, it's a scout. Overload all weapon systems. We're gonna hit him where it hurts. I don't want to have to take a ton of damage trying to get my way through this planet. I already did this just 2 missions ago, but no. Somebody on Federation High Council thinks that the Sydney should be tasked with escorting people to little dinner parties rather than actually winning a war. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This, and then this. I really don't actually need any of this. Power budget. Yeah, I'm stealing from you again. At least we can use the electronic warfare to actually, you know, do our job this time. And there goes the little X-Scout. Zoom. Going as fast as he possibly can. His grand contribution to this battle is going to be... I can't call it nothing, but it is going to be rather insignificant in my opinion. Get ourselves up to... actually, should slow down a bit. I'd like to get the shot in, and there... no, I gotta remember, I'm not a Merak ship. I don't have enough drone control in order to actually do this. He's already taken out pretty much all of the fighters. Although the fighters did do a pretty decent number on him. And there goes his destruction on the Wild Weasel. Wait for that to hit. We fire with our missiles again. And maybe we can ride them right on into him. And we will prepare to nail him with all the firepower we can muster. We want to get nice and close. His defense systems have engaged. Distance 5 has been achieved. Point defense tractors engaged, just in case. You never quite know. No, the point defense tractors were not required. Lovely. Aft firing overloaded photon torpedo. Please go right down his throat on this one. It did not, but it did cut through his shields. That's something. Repair the defenses right there. And reply back to him and give him some more missiles. Let's see how he handles them at point blank range. Very well, I should say. Managed to handle all of that, although we are luckily spreading out his damage across multiple shields, so that's working out fairly nicely for us. Overload the gosh darn phaser systems. We need to be offensive on this one. And we're going to start slowing down. Let's get some forward shield power going on here. I like some actual defenses on this one, and he's down to a fairly decent low speed. Yeah, they are such a... Oof. Our phaser capacitor just is such a power hog because of these phaser X's. Okay, open fire, more missiles on this one. I want to keep his attention very much rooted on this. So we do need to take him down. Oh, heavy phaser going out. Did you seriously just drop another one? He did. Okay, that's fascinating. So my plan here is to just sit here and wait and turbocharge the forward shield a little bit for some extra defenses here. But we could have a couple of photon torpedoes that could hit with this next round of shooting. Yeah, you're not getting through my defenses. Yep. Not bad at all. 69 more damage. Photon torpedoes. Oh, doing the good work here. Do you still have your defensive missile? You do. Keep the light phaser fire going. We want to disrupt it. There we go. Now the missiles are getting through. So that was interesting. See, that's what we can do to a B-11 if we, or a B-10 if we don't have to worry about the escorting C-10. We can fully take any one of those guys out. Heck, we could fully take on a B-11 and we know it. If we were able to just focus all of our firepower on one target, we can do it no problem. Once you start throwing in multiple ships, well, now you've got a little bit of a problem. Maybe a good idea to pick up another battleship. I'm not quite sure. The problem with another battleship is the AI is kind of dumb. Well, the AI Scout had Hellbores. You see, that's the thing about the AI Scout. The Hydron X Scout doesn't have Hellbores, and I believe the standard XDD does. They take the Hellbores off to make it faster. So the idea behind it is you don't need the heavy weapons, because all you're there to do is to take a look at things, right? That's all that's required. Alright, let's get ready to beam over Mr. Ambassador. I hope he enjoyed the laser light show. There he goes, off to the planet. To secure Federation interests, hopefully. And that way we won't have to worry about things moving forward in the future, which would be lovely. Of course, you know, they're not actually going to be able to continue to defend this location, and we're going to constantly be beaming people over to a planet that, according to the map, does not exist. Alright, back to Kronos. Hi. Homeworld Assault, don't mind if I do. I like them, even though they're kind of difficult. It depends on what we get for support on this one. Oh, we got some Monarchs with us. We're squaring off against, really quick here, a B-11V, so we're looking at another battleship carrier on this one. But, in case you missed it, we are escorted by HMS Fortress as well as HMS Excalibur. Both of them are Monarch-class battleships of the Hydron Star Kingdom. And we're squaring off against a PL-16. So PL-16 is undefended, has no special weapons, so they're putting all their strength into this B-11, and there's probably another B-11 off over here. We'll send a probe shortly in order to actually figure that out 100%.
Probe away.
So probes are off towards the enemy. Yep, there is another vessel, although you don't quite look like a B-11. You're a C-10. Okay, you came somewhat undergunned to the following fight, although with that said, the Klingons may actually have more fighters than us. No, not two Hydra Monarch class battleships. They're not battleship carriers, so they're only carrying 12 each instead of 20. Now the Hydrans decide to bring out the big guns. Yup. Now, when it doesn't matter nearly as much. I think I want to stay at long range and just plink, let the fighters do the job. Although the fighters are going to get gutted by those AMDs. There is just no two ways about it. Those fighters are not long for this world, unfortunately. They're going to get sent headlong into the target. They're only going to have phaser 3s because the AI is only capable of handling, at the moment, unupgraded fighters. And then they're going to get annihilated. And it's going to be somewhat unfortunate. Because we'd love to have, you know, proper Hornets or something on the AI ships. That way they'd actually be useful. Alrighty, what are we dealing with here? The range is still too far outside. How's my power budget looking? Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I could tank so much damage with that. Alright, we are within proximity photon torpedo range, so let's set it up. And engage. Shooting into a shift of 1 is going to make these things nearly impossible to hit. Did get a single hit at least, so we will start pulling off towards the starboard side and hide behind the Monarchs, because they'll do most of the heavy lifting for us. I don't want to take too much damage. We've got to be out here multiple times. They only show up for the one mission. So I think I will help out just a little bit, and we'll send in our missiles on this one. That way they will go for the crash stop, hopefully leave them exposed and open for when the hunter killers show up. 24 killer bees can be potent, but yeah, an AMD is going to have a field day. Yeah, they're hunter killers, so there is that. If they were killer bees, they'd have Gatling phasers. That would just be amazing on so many levels. I'm hoping to kind of flood his targeting system if I timed this right with a whole bunch of missiles that he's going to have to deal with at the same time. No, he's just focusing on the fighters, which honestly is the best plan. And now he's trying to shoot down all the missiles. He's realized the most important thing. Amazingly, he did not launch the Wild Weasel. That is fascinating to me. But look at that AMD go. It's just, they're all gone. Photon torpedoes to normal mode. We're going to get nice and close with him. See, this is why I don't dare ever launch my vultures. It would be suicidal to attempt. Wait for it now. Hi, you no longer have a shield. Oh, and that bought enough time for the fighters to get in there and nail him. Lovely. Alright, so he's had a bad day. Watching the AI use those ships makes me appreciate it. We get to cheat, let's be honest. The amount of firepower that we can dish out with Hornets is absurd. Ooh, that was lucky on several levels. Stay away from my aft shield, you. Gosh darn pirate is what he is. Launch all of the missiles if you don't mind. Let's stop this guy in his tracks. I don't want to have to worry about him anymore. There we go. Still was able to shoot down every single one of them. I feel that needs to be pointed out. 4 AMDs, more than enough to take out 9 missiles in no trouble. See, this is why the Merak need MIRVs. And why the Merak battleship carrier not having, or why the Merak battleship, the BBX, not having them, is absurd. Okay, so that hurt and sucked on several levels. It's like we didn't even have our armor on that one. I don't know if he just rolled really well for all his criticals or what, but we are hurting from that just light barrage of phasers. It's probably that 5 points of armor that didn't ever actually get fixed up. Open fire with more missiles. Let's just put him in the sun. Oh, it's the cat's eye one. That's going to be interesting. So our phaser capacitor is fully charged and ready to rock. We're missing a couple of phasers, but the Monarchs are getting in close and doing what they do best. It's a nice big old brawl. And we're lined up in a really nice position. Hi. Bye. Yep, a couple of our missiles got through his AMD field and did not penetrate the tractor beam. But I don't think he's long for this world, especially the long-range fusion cannon fire coming in here. I could open fire with the missiles, but that would be wasteful since he's about to die. These fighters are going to execute him, I believe. Maybe not. It could be tight, actually. Are they going to kill him? They do have a pretty significant amount of firepower, or is it going to be everybody else on the support? Nope, it's going to be everybody else on the support, it looks like. Some light long-range fire, just doing a little bit of plinking on that one. Killer Bees is attacking the other fighters, Yellow Jacks, and so on. Well, so, watch. If you look over here... Oh, Killer. I see. I thought it was Hunter Killer, because H. My mistake. Fire the fusion cannon for whopping 4 damage. We must engage using the maximum fusion cannon range. It is the only thing that makes sense, clearly. To overload that forward shield, maximize the speed of time. We are going right in to knock out this planet. Oh, it's going to be lovely. Let's get enough power to actually charge up all the weapon systems, because we have quite a few of them to actually charge. Photon torpedoes are notoriously hungry for power. And as long as we're here, since the planet's not going to be shooting back, we're just going to stock all of our ECCM to be set for all the power that I can put into the electronic countermeasure whatsoever. Because that's what we're going to need. We're going to pull up and park, bombard the planet a couple times, take it. Then we'll clearly have, like, just a relaxing beach party somewhere on this island over here. Unless, you know, like it's a toxic sea or something, in which case that would just be terrible. But I have hope. I'm hoping that this is just a big saltwater ocean, and we're about to go take a vacation on Hawaii, Konos. Konos, Hawaii? Kauai? Oh god, no. Please not. So, let's start slowing down. Because we don't need to be going this fast, especially because we can accidentally sometimes actually run into the planet. That would be unfortunate on several levels. We'll get ready to park ourselves up in high orbit and then bombard them from afar. Okay, not too fast. We want to get close to the planet, but not within phaser 3 range. Beautiful. We're lovely. We're there. 155 plus 216. Let that sink in for just how much damage missiles do. How many Marines he's got left? He's already down to 2. Send in the Marines. Yep, surf's up. We got this planet, no problem. Although the Monarchs just continue to bombard for no reason at all. We've basically taken out the entire garrison at this point. There we go. They have captured the sailboat that was clearly in that harbor. That's why they got the call and that the ship was ours. Alright, hopefully this will bring the Empire Defense down to 50, because the last time we didn't do any damage to the Empire Defense, which was unfortunate. 670 prestige, it is down to 50, lovely. Okay, let's start poking out around here. I want to sort of isolate the planet, if we can at all. Ooh, a holding action is the perfect way to do that. Can we assure leave? Well, we did until we moved, because now we're about to go talk to some listening post.
Battle stations.
Okay. Screw you all. We're not doing this.
Yellow alert.
Yellow alert. All power to shields. We're going to do this not the right way, but the way that'll guarantee me survival, because this here is a C8 light dreadnought, this here is a C10 heavy dreadnought, this here is a C10 heavy dreadnought. And they gave us a heavy war destroyer, the Goblin. It's a pirate heavy war destroyer, by the way. Yeah, I ain't fighting that battle, so I don't have to. So all we need to do in the holding action mission is we need to get to this listening post, which is through this C8. Now, what I could do if I wanted to be truly cruel and evil on several levels is just prepare a weapon system and smash my way through him. I don't think I'd be able to kill him in one salvo. That's really a thing that I've only ever seen the Monarch battleship carrier ever do, but I'd hurt him, and hopefully he wouldn't hurt me too much. So the plan, of course, will be we'll lob a whole bunch of missiles towards him, see how he deals with that one. And once he does his crash stop, then we just easily pass through him. Nobody's the wiser. We get to the listening post because nobody can catch us, and then the mission will immediately end, because that's how this mission works. It's lovely, it's relatively easy, and it's a lot of fun. So let's actually make sure we're targeting the dreadnought. Say hi. Hey, have those missiles. Enjoy. They're yours. All yours now. It's a great gift that I bestow upon you. They start heading towards the C10, but not really, but he doesn't realize that. Doing this so that the C8 will freak out about the incoming weapons. He's not turning. He's only got... Oh, no, he does have 4. I was about to say he's only got a single AMD. We might actually hurt him. But no. No, he has 4. As you can see, there's 3 over here and 1 over here. Unlike most ships, he doesn't stack them. There we go. Haha, you fell for it. Alright, all power to aft shields. Switch all power to aft deflector shields. Actually, maybe that. It's got to spread out a little bit, but it's looking like they're spreading out their damage quite a bit as well. How is the enemy coming after me? 30.3, so you're going to be dogging me this entire way, but you can't stop me, because I'm a battleship. You are going to be able to hurt me. It's going to suck to just take a whole bunch of fire, but I don't think you can get through my shields, if I'm completely honest. If they spread out enough, they might be able to do something. This is honestly the safest thing, because, you know, the Goblin will not get killed because they'll all be focusing on me because they realize that I'm sprinting for the objective, and there's almost nothing they can do about it. Okay, is that fire hitting this shield or not? It's not really clear. Now reading the data. Hi, listening post. We've got everything under control. The data transfer is complete, the mission ends, and nobody's the wiser. And that's how you cheese that mission. It's even easier with Romulans because you just cloak, duck underneath the one guy, go past him, decloak, and sprint at maximum power. It's more than a little broken. 350 prestige for stealing the data and a neutralized dial. That's the cool one. And another homeworld assault as we just keep the pressure on, turning the screws up on the enemy. And let's see how much prestige this one. Well, we know how much prestige. It is a Dreadnought, and the Dreadnought is a B-11V. So they're really, really concerned about the B-11Vs. So lots of battleship carriers on this one. The planet is once again undefended, so we're returning back here for the shore leave, only to run into a Klingon B-11 that was planning the exact same thing. We currently have with us the Hatchet and the Celerity, another 2 Monarch battleships, although not the ones that we were with before. So apparently the Hydrons have a ton of battleships. Just so you know, in lore, pretty much nobody ever built these things because everybody looked at it and was like, well, that's ridiculous, and didn't bother. Let's get the shields going at as much power as we can possibly stomach, and steal from the shield budget just a little bit so that we can actually get this ship underway. Holy crap, we can go quite quickly. Send a probe just to be sure. I figured you were hiding in the background. I knew you was there. What are you? You're a stock standard battleship. So we've got 3 battleships versus a battleship carrier and a single battleship. I think we got them, boys, but I'm not positive. Photon torpedoes let us set to overload. We're going to get in nice and close and play lovely games with them. How much power do I currently have? I have none because I decided to actually power up all those things. Yeah, our speed drops way down when we do go for the full overload. Although, lucky for us, we're going to get about half of that power back as soon as the photon torpedoes are charged. So we've got that to look forward to. That might have been a little bit early, honestly. Let's tap the shield and the ECM budget on this one then, because I'd like to get kind of close, just to make sure that we can get things moving properly on this one. What was the faction that we were playing that we were constantly setting the ECM to being a higher level than it should have been? Huh. I gotta look back and remember that. Alright, so the photon torpedoes are overloaded and coming back to us, and we got a ton of power back for our trouble on this one. We'll pick up the pace, see if we can't get in a nice, tight formation behind these missiles. We want to be able to follow up our missile barrage almost immediately, so he's got to immediately rely on his tractor beams and his phasers. That way he's not defending against us, and that's, well, honestly the best solution to any problem that you're ever going to run into. So the Monarchs are kind of far behind us, but I do anticipate being able to make this pass in good order. I take that back. We're going to have to break off and ignore him. Yeah, this is not happening. Unfortunately. Oh, wow. Okay, did not expect that at all. Missiles away. Hi. Phasers. Let's start to engage. Photon torpedoes. Photon torpedoes. Any weapon you've got left. I've got nothing. Fire everything. Heavy photon torpedoes. Phasers. Yeah, we've got to focus on the fighters. I would like to not have to worry about the fighters, but what you want and what you get is often 2 very different things. We're going to pull off back towards our defending Monarchs. And you hard chug it along at high speed. Do not underestimate the B-11. It will make you very, very painful. I'd like to lob a couple more missiles at him. Lyrans versus the Hydrons? Was it? Probably, because the Lyran power budget always went nuts, and if you wanted ever to use the ECM, you actually had to do something about it. That makes sense. Alright, repair that, and repair that. So we get the shield regeneration coming back again. We've got more fighters on their way towards us, but we can deal with this because, actually no, that's probably not enough because it's going to pass close to this group of K-Swifts first, and they'll shoot down most of them. Yeah, as you can see, they like to help each other out. Still, 1 missile got through, dealt 24 damage. Lovely. And we'll come around and hopefully be able to do some more work on these fighters. As the Monarchs basically just getting close, suicidally close, in order to duel with the Klingons. I mean, we could do something like that if we really wanted, but we would lose stuff, and I'd prefer not to break my ship. Okay, get the distance, keep it out a little bit. If the Gatling phase is involved, lovely. Alright, where's the next group of Swifts? That's right, we're a battleship hunting down individual groups of fighters. You laugh, but it's a critical function here. Failure to do so will get you killed, as we've demonstrated in previous seasons. You have to fight the fighters. That's the most important goal. Let's see what he does with that one. I'll try and reverse this turn, see if I can draw him into it. If I can, that'll be hilarious, because I don't think he can defend himself from all of that. Nope. Beautiful. Okay, so we've taken out the fighters. Now time to go back in. Looks like one of the Monarchs just attempted to evade a missile barrage. How are they doing? The Dare Slayer is under fire and pretty badly, well, broken. On the other side, the Dower Slayer, who clearly was supposed to be the partner of the ship, is not caring at all how much damage he's taken. We need to start to slow down. Phase capacitor is fully charged. Photon torpedoes are about to be ready. I could turn off the aft one, but I'm not going to. I think the Celerity is about to die, if I'm completely honest. I want to get a missile strike off on the Dare Slayer because... Are your AMDs gone? Do you have any left? You do not, that I'm seeing anyway. But the Dower Slayer absolutely does, and so we need to hit him with, well, as many trucks as we can get our hands on. You know what? Just phasers. Photon torpedoes. There we go. Unfortunately, that missile strike is not going to get pulled off. Although, fortunately, because we did, you know, kill him, there is no way that gets through his defenses. It's just going to be too much. Yeah, he took them all out, but he still did the emergency stop for the Wild Weasel. That will allow us to get a little bit of distance as he has to reset all of his systems for the pickup on the speed again. Refresh that tab. We did lose a phaser. I thought so. And we'll get in nice and safely on this one, or get out, I suppose, in this measure. We've got to knock out that AMD. Honestly, the key might just be to use a hit and run on it. If we attack it enough times, it may actually break. That's a big if, though. Because then we'd be able to use our vultures pretty effectively. And, you know, our missiles, which would be phenomenal. You know, we're going to set that up. So, let's do a hit and run. We want to kill, somewhere on this ship there's an AMD. You and I know it. Where is it? Oh, it's already dead? Really? Holy crap, open fire. It's apparently destroyed. It's right there in the middle of the ship. And it doesn't exist. Okay, pilots to your fighters. We do not get to do this very often. Vultures away. Federation fighters are on the move if they, you know, survive. Oh crap, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Turn, get that starboard shield on. Aw, the vultures didn't get a chance to get involved. But we launched them. Whoops. We launched those fighters. They had an opportunity. Let's get up to speed. Alrighty. So we'll get ourselves back up to speed on this one and get everything set. So vultures, come home. Yes, I know. You wanted to do the whole Top Gun thing. There shall be no Top Gun thing today, unfortunately. Much to Sprogue's very much irritation. So we'll get the vultures back. We'll get all of our weapon systems overloaded. We are just out of missiles, so that was the perfect number of missiles to have as we ran out the moment we finished killing them. And now we'll just move into the planet. Now the planet, again, it's undefended, but we're not going to have the missiles to add in the absurd amount of damage that we can potentially do. We do, of course, need to switch our ECCM to maximum power and, well, pretty much steal as much as we can out of the shield budget. We're down to energy weapons only, but that's perfectly all right. Get ourselves up to a fairly decently high speed with weapons over... Oh, yeah. Go straight out of the pattern. The pattern has been destroyed by anti-ship missiles. They can buzz the wreckage. That's about all that's left. Floating, spinning pieces of wreckage and plasma. Alright, let's get ready to crash stop just in case, because I don't want to accidentally hit the planet. We have been in this battleship for quite some time, and I don't actually think we can replace it at the moment. So we'll trundle on down to speed and get ready to annihilate things. You know, just as soon as we're, you know, ready for it. Almost there. Wait, no, we need to get quite a bit closer, actually. We need to get to like 3.33 or something like that, where we'll be at a perfect distance to do things. All stop. Okay, we're good. Off and shoot. Welcome back, Lorendell. You've missed a duel with a B-11 and a B-11V. But you should be able to rewatch the VOD if you so desire. Capture the planet. Apparently the planet is burning, even though it's mostly water, it would appear. Although we're just about ready to annihilate it. Down to 4. Photon torpedoes ought to bring it down to 0. Send to the Marines. Lovely. So we once again have captured Hawaii planet. Everything is safe and sound. Apparently it's the IKV Dire Slayer. So for those of you wondering what the name of this planet was, it's Planet Dire Slayer. Always buzz the Admiral's tower. Well, I'm the Fleet Admiral, so I don't think I approve of that one. Alright, so another successful homeworld assault for 670 prestige, regaining some of that cash that we've been spending when we, you know, dent our ship. The water is on fire. Aw, man, does that mean the planet is gasoline? That would be unfortunate. Empire defense is down to 45. Let's get back onto this tile. Can't actually steal the tile. Pop up over here. Probably actually should have just gone right for the planet. We'll take a convoy raid. We have taken a pretty significant amount of damage, so we're probably out of armor at this point, which is unfortunate. Oh, hi, buddy. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. See, this runs into how weapon systems work in this game. The Klingon has phaser X's, as do we, but he is also packing disruptors. Disruptors charge every single turn. His disruptors are going to be ready for this clash. Our photon torpedoes may not be. And you're B-11, aren't you? Oh yeah, you very much are. I'm going to launch my fighters to go after the convoy. They're all going to die doing it, but it's going to be important. Oh, crap. The K-Swifts. Go. Kill. It's got to be done. We're going to send our fighters off to do that, and we are going to Star Castle hard, I think. I think we just sit slowly at range, plot our way in, and then hopefully kill everything. What do I need to do in terms of defenses? I want a suicide shuttle, honestly. Wouldn't be very useful. Don't do it! Don't do it! No, we're gonna lose our fighter group. Oh no, our fighter group won? Oh, nice work. You done good, buddy. Gatling phaser, thank you. Okay, so we've not managed to take out his fighters. He's about to take our fighters, unless I can pull him back in time. We'll give it a shot. Return to the ship. No, he just fired all of his disruptors and then all of his phasers. We've got a one-turn opportunity, so start the clock now. We have until 1:57 before all hell breaks loose. And then he'll be able to shoot again, because he gets to shoot every single turn, and it's painful on many, many levels. Give me a screen that's actually going to display useful information. Like the big fire button. Yeah, we're not going to get it. Slow down. All power to forward shield. We got to take one more hit. Pretty much an all stop. That's what I was waiting for. Wait for it. Wait for it. And now. Okay, so good job cutting through that. Marines, kill that. So Marines are over. They haven't gotten the target just yet, but I've let my people know what's the most important thing to me at the moment. So they will hopefully oblige and get me a decent amount of damage going on here. We're not doing a whole ton of damage at the moment, unfortunately, due to our small problem of having to shoot through all that attack shift. It's gone away now. Okay, lovely. Come on, photon torpedoes. I know you're... There it goes. Just took a second for it to actually get off. We're starting to deal a little bit of damage to it. Come on, transporters are about to cycle again. Got it. Lovely. Missiles away. Alrighty, so we've knocked out most of his AMD, apparently. Some of his AMD. Yes! Alrighty, so we've managed to cut through his AMD. He is vulnerable to our missiles. Wait, that can't be right. So, it must still be up then. Either that or that screen is wrong. Let's refresh it. No, oh no, because we're too far away to actually get good information on that. Missiles away, come on. Get more missiles. More missiles into space right now. I want him to just be flooded with incoming fire. And there goes another wild weasel. But that's fine, because we can pull away from that. And Marines, as long as he's currently offline, go take out his shuttle bay. Thank you. We did take a little bit of damage for that one, but I'm going to say that it's worth it. Oh, you didn't kill it. Or at least, doesn't look like we've killed it so far. One last missile barrage should be all that we need for this one. Repair, fix, fix, and this might do him in. Ooh, I didn't quite realize that that shield was quite as low as it was. We need to pull away from that one. We only reloaded half the missiles? It's always only half the missiles if we don't return home. Alright, so no AMD and hopefully no shuttle bay. His phasers will be able to handle some of this, but... Got him. Oh, he is just crippled on this one. Hey, Marines, do you want to steal a planet? Or starship? Well, if I do this, then I'm not going to have anything left for attacking Kronos. We do have to go home, because we're almost out of Marines at this point. Photon torpedoes? I'm thinking photon torpedoes. Thinking a classic cinematic way of ending this. Federation with photon torpedoes. There can be no better way of doing it. There is, of course, this jerk who has a couple of missile launchers. Maybe I should focus on him first. You know what? We'll do that. Oh, you stand no chance at this point. He's opened fire with 3 missiles. Advanced missiles, nonetheless. He's trying to shoot them down. Yeah, you're not allowed to protect him. He has to protect himself. If he doesn't learn how to do that, he'll never become a man or a battleship. Or, in this case, an expanding ball of plasma. That's what happens when you don't support your kids, children. Alright, let's increase the speed of time. We got this. Took out the Q ship. Oh, no, there's still another Q ship. My mistake. Let's come around. Hi, buddy. You're dead. Just give up. It'll be easier on everybody. No? Okay. Alright, now is everybody all with? Looks like it. Lovely. It's coming for this guy. How much power do I currently have? Loads. Loads and loads and loads. So we'll just use all of that to steal from that. And get right up on top of them and use our phasers. 1, 2, 3, and now. You're dead. On to the next one. They had a B-11 battleship as an escort. This must be some important cargo. The phaser capacitor is not really charging as fastly as I would like, but I'm gonna not really bother with it at the moment because I don't really care. And at the end of the day, most of our phasers probably aren't required to take out an FLD. Hello? Oh, apparently most of our phasers were required to take out an FLD. Fine, have that. You. All up and select. Photon torpedoes. There we go. Beautiful convoy annihilation. Learn how to defend yourself with arms. Your legs and arms broken. Use your teeth. That'll work, right? 406 prestige, not terrible at all. Tile not taken, but that's kind of to be expected. We'll pass through Kronos on our way back home. It's a scouting mission, so we could actually hang out here a little bit longer. We don't actually have to kill whoever we scout. We just need to, well, scout them and scan them. It's an HF5X blah, 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 blah. It is an alphabet soup destroyer, as we often call it. All systems to overload, if you don't mind, and we'll get ourselves actually situated for basically walking up to him and punching him in the face with as big weapon systems as we can actually possibly manage. Increase the speed of time, because this is going to take a little while. You have to wait, of course, for the photon torpedoes to be fully charged, which frees up a ton of energy. The phaser capacitor to be charged, which frees up a ton of energy, making this ship incredibly flexible, is the word I was looking for. And let's start charging up the deep scan system. So we'll get a decent amount of information as to what's actually going on here. And we have 17 points of power in the forward shield. Let's steal most of that for other better things. Aft photon torpedo is fully charged, gives us even a little bit more power. Hi. Okay, we need to get within a range of 10, which we are now in, and then we need to scan and prepare to shut that scan off. 3, 2, 1. Are you not scanning him? Do I have to cycle this? Okay, that's unfortunate on several levels. There we go. We have all the information we require now. Tempted to fire missiles at you just to get you to stop, but that would be a mistake. There's no point in doing that. And goodbye. Ooh, you're not dead. Now you're dead. Alright, so it's been scanned and destroyed. No need to worry about that in the future moving forward. Nice and safe for all of us. Let's see how much is going to be required on this one. 320 for that scan. Empire defense is down to 40, but we're passing home. Hi, we require repairs. Extensive repairs. Oh, it's the gosh darn 5. That 5 probably means that we have no armor. It's very irritating. Oh yeah, we do have to recover our vultures because we sent them, and unfortunately they got annihilated. To be expected to a certain extent, but it still sucks. Lots of repairs, lots of marines, lots of spare parts and mines. After all, we use them quite a lot. It does make missions very difficult to make a profit on, but hey, that's the life of a battleship captain. If you're not extraordinarily careful with how much damage you take, you don't make any prestige. But then again, you're in a battleship, so do better. Get ourselves ready to rock and roll with this one. Readied up. Red alert. Okay, we got 2 MNRs again. It's the Tenacity and the Fearless, squaring off against the C-10, but a PLPH this time. So this planet has teeth. It's going to be capable of actually defending itself, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate because, well, if we take too much damage in this initial skirmish, we could be in a lot of trouble. Hopefully, we won't take any damage in the initial skirmish, and we won't be in any trouble at all. Photon torpedoes to overload, phasers to overload as well. We'll increase the speed of time until we have a little bit of power into the shield budget to steal from so that we can actually get underway a little bit quicker. Send the probe. Oh, I thought so. It's a B-10. Break off. It's a B-10V. Crap. Alright, we'll break off over in this direction, go fight him. He's the more important target, and I'm fairly confident that the AI can take on a C-10 in a Monarch battleship. They're not quite on the same level. Although they try. If we slip in behind the tenacity and let him basically be our stalking goat, we can avoid any damage. Of course, the tenacity could then turn in to go fight the C-10, but who cares? Yes, that's 6 different monarchs so far. Why they haven't won the war on their own yet is a little bit beyond me. Oh no. Somebody's about to take a lot of damage. Really nice position, actually. IKV killer. Way to get right to the point. Alright, all up and select. We're about to hit him with as big of a truck as I've got. Which, to be fair, is not the biggest truck you ever done see, but it's a nice truck. Okay, so we managed to get quite a few hits on that one. We'll start to disengage. Is that a... It is not. Defensive tractor beams to be engaged at this moment. Photon torpedoes firing and doing quite a bit of damage. As we'll pull on through all of our AMDs just blasting around everywhere, trying to keep things under control. Repair that and repair the AMD, because you may or may not have noticed it's kind of important today. So increase the speed just a little bit. Ooh, nice shot into the neck of the war song with all those Gatling phasers. The Monarch Gatling phasers is a wonderful thing to have. We need to start working on your AMD, so let's get to work on that. Marines! Oh, actually, no, I need to be very careful with how many... Oh, no, I don't. I was about to say I need to be careful with how many Marines I deploy, but I don't because we restocked. Huh, where is your AMD? Is anybody else seeing it? Because I do not. Okay, let's lob some missiles in him. I'm sure he's got it, I just don't know where it is. No, seriously, dude, where's your AMD? Never mind. It's non-existent. Alright, on to the PLPH. Photon torpedoes to proximity mode, and we'll prepare for full-on siege warfare. Electronic countermeasure to maximum power. Let's phase the capacitor fully charged. Let's get our repairs underway and finished, because I'd like all power systems back. So 20 points of power in the forward shield is probably not nearly enough to actually do this, but the long-range sieging should be fine. We'll be able to begin shortly as the photon torpedo finishes charging. The phaser X is fully repaired. The phaser capacitor is fully charged. Looks like we're ready to go. Let's increase the speed a little bit. We're in range. Start engagement immediately. No reason to wait around. Unfortunately, the Monarchs are sitting right on top of me, and so they're basically wasting my time. The problem is that the enemy planet is going to be shielding very heavily next to all the Monarchs, because that's the only place the target is coming from. Tractor the Monarch. Did he tractor the Monarch? I didn't notice. I legitimately did not notice if he did that. Yeah, that would probably be a bad mistake, to tractor the AI and force them to be inside of fusion cannon range. Like, hey, what is the one way that I can actually make the AI more effective? Oh, I can make it so he actually uses his fusion cannons effectively? Gee, let me do that. It was a bad mistake. You know what? I really do want to support my phasers as well. Why are you not shooting, or are you just not shooting at me? No, he is shooting. It just doesn't appear to be shooting at me all that much. I'm not complaining, or at least I shouldn't be complaining. Let's see if we can get 9 missiles through this defense. We should be able to, because he's got 16 phaser 3s. So if 9 missiles can get through that, there's something wrong. I take it back. Wow, okay, just engage with everything. It looks like this planet's mostly dead. So we'll just keep lobbing missiles toward him. That'll break down everything he's got. Prepare for the capture. He's down to 2 already. Let's go. We haven't actually wiped out most of his defenses, just judging by the battle bar up there. We need to not go too quickly, of course, because otherwise we'll hit the planet, and that'll be unfortunate. But we've got him down to the point where we can actually send in Marines to actually take this rock ball. I'll stop sending the Marines and hope that he doesn't shoot. There we go. Shields are back up. It made it so he couldn't wild weasel missiles, which absolutely annihilated him. Ah! Yeah, that would be a very, very bad thing. That was something, when we were doing our whole fighting the Wolfpack thing, the Lyran X-type destroyers, the way we made it work with ISC dreadnoughts was, with the ISC dreadnought and 2 heavy cruisers, was we basically had one of the heavy cruisers just lock onto one with a tractor beam and never let go. It worked out brilliantly. 35 defense. Kronos has almost fallen. So let's pass out over here. We'll take a patrol right real quick, just to sort of secure as much territory around Kronos as well. That way we can get everything under control. They won't have an easy time taking you back. Hey, we've got the standing double. Okay, so we asked the pirates to help us out on this one for some reason. I don't quite think that the pirates are an appropriate ally on this mission. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Working with local resistance fighters. That's what we'll call them. That's how the Federation would do it. The Federation would never work with pirates. The Federation works with local resistance fighters. And that makes you think of good old-fashioned people. You know, folks just trying to protect themselves against the slaving Klingons. That's how that works, clearly. Alright, let's get more power into the forward energy, propulsion, whatever. To the impulse engines. And we'll basically run this guy over. That's my plan anyway. Unselect the missiles. We don't need them, I don't think. And as soon as I can get relatively close to him, I can annihilate him, but he is being clever and he's running away, which is probably the best thing he can do in this circumstance. Hi! Bye. Didn't need it. Did not need the missiles at all. So, a very rapid patrol here to just grab a little bit of territory away from the Klingons. That way we have 2 tiles bordering them. Of course, you know they're surrounding it with 4 more tiles, but we're working on it bit by bit. And once we bring them down enough, well, we'll be able to steal everything. So, the enroaching... Oh, great, it's a shipyard assault. So, apparently we're done assaulting planets for a little while, and now we get to assault shipyards, and that's the way this is going to go. Unfortunately, it's all us on our lonesome versus a B-11 battleship and an H-51X. Great. Can we do this? Maybe. I'll stop. I think we can do it. It makes sense that we would be able to do it. Let me tell you the method to my madness. You see, we are capable of annihilating these ships in one shot should we desire it. This is something within our capability. Shoot, run, shoot, run. That's my plan. I know, it's a brilliant plan, filled with a great deal of nuance and clever tactics and thinking, and we will hopefully make it work as best as we can. Let's make sure that the shield reinforcement is set. It is. Okay, lovely. All weapons select. We are set to overload with absolutely everything we've got. I think, anyway. Yeah, overload. Overload. We gotta hit him like a ton of bricks, and we gotta kill him in one pass. And my plan is to do the following, to keep him at bay. Maybe that'll get you to stop. Because I can't afford to have him anywhere near this. This battle has got to go basically without interference. Deselect the missile launchers, since I cannot utilize them on this path without losing them. Hi, buddy. Slow down, slow down. 3, 2, 1, good. Lovely. Okay. I'd prefer not to hit the mine, but I don't think I have a choice. Yeah. Okay. So, photon torpedoes back to normal mode. Aft photon torpedo to proximity mode. Fire a couple of shots. And accelerate. And I'm gonna... There we go. I was wondering where they were. Okay. The crash stopped work. Okay, so... Step 1 has been accomplished. We have knocked out the first of the enemy vessels, and now we are pulling away, which means we are retreating in good order. Now that that's happening, we can stretch out the fighters, which were successfully stretched out when he attempted to shoot the... when he did the crash stop in order to handle all of the incoming fire. So I do need to turn back in to take on the fighters, but now that they're more set out, it might actually be a good idea. We gotta pull them. We gotta just straight up pull the fighters in the direction that we want to go. We need to draw them out as best as we can. Now, the fighters are on top of each other. They should be able to shoot down every single one of these missiles, which is unfortunate. But, working with the current knowledge that we have, we should be able to come back in with our phasers set to overload. That should be able to handle some of them. Yeah, only one got through, but that was kind of to be expected, and that used up all of their weapon systems. We have until 20 seconds into the next minute, so 3:20. Before their weapon systems come back online. So I kind of want to just deploy another missile barrage. That missile barrage is for you. Phasers for you. That's you dead. And that's you dead. Okay, didn't need those missiles. So his fighters are down and his escort ship is down. So now we gotta wait for the tractor beams to fully charge. Our photon torpedoes are ready to go. Our missile launchers are currently on the reset. So let's pull away. I need some aft shield reinforcement, if you don't mind. Oh crap! You know he's making serious inroads on us. We've got to turn to engage now. I'd like to have missiles ready to go again, because I want to hopefully prompt another wild weasel. That's my plan. It's not a great plan, I'll admit, but it's the plan I've got. Forward shield reinforcement, or stick to the aft. Go forward shield. Okay, he's starting to try and shoot him down. Just long-range phaser fire was all that he needed to cut through our defenses. Jeez, man. You are crazy on several levels. And our armor is basically non-existent. That much is very much clear. Point defense system is struggling. Didn't need it all up and select. Cut him through. Okay, we got him. Slow down the speed time. I need to think. Hi. I'm taking a lot of damage from this. It sucks on many, many levels. Where's your AMD? There. Okay, I just launched everything that I had and couldn't take it. So we gotta pull through. That took a lot more damage than we dealt to him. Missiles right on into him. Ooh, actually, looks like we got a couple good hits on that. So a couple of missiles made it through. I need to be able to take control of this engagement in two ways. I need to knock out that AMD. I need to knock out his shuttle bay. Or at least know that he has no more wild missiles. Either will do. He's used up 2 already. He's got 4 to 6, I think. So let's just keep the range out here. The number of phasers he's packed is just stupid. Phasers, or not phasers. Electronic warfare is the most important thing in the universe right now. You will keep that thing charged no matter what. And if you fail me, I will execute you. Oh wait, no, wrong empire. Fix that, fix that, fix that. I need phasers. Phasers are life. And that's the only way we're going to win this one, is if we get lucky. I need to get in transporter range, and I also need to basically stop you from being able to do that kind of thing to me. I don't want to deploy my missiles right now. I need my missiles in reserve. And give me the range, give me the range. In range! Didn't cut through. Gosh darn it. Pull away. Oh, I knocked out his shield, but it didn't work. Wasn't close in order to do that. His AMD is offline, though. So he's going to have to tractor all of those. Okay, he can probably tractor 5 of them. Probably has the capability to do that without too much trouble. Repairs go on. Recycle that. Yeah, we're taking damage. That's not good. We're taking more damage than I want to be able to take. Because I've got to knock out that AMD. How many more missiles I got left? I gotta be very, very careful about accidentally pressing the R button when shooting. The R button selects all weapons. I cannot afford to use missiles right now. Yep, shoot your disruptors. That's okay, but I want that open hole in your shields because you're gonna give it to me. You don't have a choice anymore, but you're gonna give it to me. Marines, go! Marines went and didn't kill it. More missiles. Shouldn't have used it, but might have wanted to. Gosh darn it, why are we not? Why are Marines not doing our job? You've got to get it done, man. We may just need to break off from this one. As much as it galls me to admit. Marines, why are you not... Oh, that's why. We're only sending over a couple of Marines at a time, and we're out of range just as we got things reset again.
Stabilizing warp core.
He's in a rough position. Drop a mine. There are several things that I can do once I get that gosh darn AMD offline. It's critical to succeeding this plan. Come on, give me the angle I need. Give me the angle I need. Just a little bit more. Photon torpedo. Come on, I had... Oh, crap, it's stunned offline. Marines, take it. Take it. It's not working. I think it may be Valentine. He's down to a speed of 13, so clearly he's not having a great day either. We're just having a much worse one. We need to pull off in distance on this one. He's given us time, and time is something we desperately need. So how many Marines I got left? 14. If I can get Marines over there, if I can knock out that... Where's my transporters? If I can knock out that system, I can launch my fighters, I can use my missiles aggressively, I'll have pretty much anything I want. The problem is I gotta get to that point. That's no easy task. Where's my current shield reinforcement going? Nowhere, because there is none. Okay, that makes sense. This is battleship combat. The hull's always gonna look like Swiss cheese. Slow down, get the forward shield back on target because it's needed. It's needed very badly. Get that AMD repaired because it's kind of essential for us to live against him. We're not going to get that AMD back in time, are we? Oh good, it's working. Barely, but it's working. So he can't be having a good day either. There's no way he's having a happy day. capacitor's not charging as nearly as much as I need. Slow down. More power into the forward shield if we got it. Do we have it? We do. Lovely. Keep the repairs going. I want that phaser capacitor's charged as much as we can get it. Because we've taken away one of his bigger advantages at the moment. He's not moving quickly. Which means we've been doing a lot of power damage to him. Because he's not moving quickly, that draws him into our advantage. Because we are... Well, he's a super battleship, but we play this game a little bit better than he does. We have more systems redundancies. We have better shield recharge rate. He's a bigger ship, but if he's not traveling quickly, if we can take advantage of things like this, then he's in trouble. Us, not so much. Proximity's away. Okay, let's start whittling that shield a little bit. More proximity fire. And normal mode. Okay, that shield is almost gone. Phasers. Okay, he's open. Marines are away. Got it. Okay, missiles. And launch the fighters. Go aggressively. Crap, he's in our side. This is not the place I need him right now. Gatling phasers getting away. Fighters are deployed. Oh, this was an interesting plan. Get that bow on. Get that bow on. The shield comes back quite quickly, which is very nice. Come on, I need more damage to him. Okay, his AMD is offline. He's holding on to us for reasons I cannot quite fathom. Slow down. More power to that forward shield. More missiles. I've got you. I don't know why you're holding on to me, but I got you. Return to me. That way it'll basically disrupt his missiles, because I think he should be able to avoid it without too much trouble. Come on, just big slugfest here. Our missiles are engaging. Our fighters are back home. Come on, photon torpedoes are almost ready. I don't need to worry about these missiles. They can't hurt me. Woo, boy.
Stabilizing warp core.
That was rough. Okay, let's triage the damage. Phasers are the most important thing. Missiles are the least important thing. Where are we heading towards? Not this corner of the map. Yeah, that was a hell of a fight. And we're alive. That's the most important thing. Let's head back in towards the map. It's a shipyard assault. We do have to go after these shipyards now. Got our ship down to about a half health at this point. But we are alive. Take that as a win. After we knock out the shipyards, actually, I'll take that as a win. How many Marines I got left? 3. Yeah, we gotta go home.
Repairing warp engines.
Like after we kill the shipyards. But we managed to survive that. That's no small feat.
Repairing warp engines.
Warp engines are almost fully fixed up, so our shield regeneration will be at full power. Our engine power is at full power. We got a whole bunch of missing or broken systems, but other than that, we're pretty good. So it took forever to knock out that AMD, which, you know, that was painful as all heck. Not quite sure why it took so long. Send a probe. Find out what kind of Stardogs we're dealing with here. Although from the looks of it, I'm going to guess... Ooh, I was not going to guess that. I was going to guess Romulan, but they are in fact Lyran, which means they have no long-range defensive firepower. They are completely at our mercy. Oh, this will be lovely. Just get all of our phasers, make sure that they're all going to be patched up. Then the photon torpedoes. Then that. Then this. I don't know, it's a full list anyway. But yeah, that worked out. That came close to not working out, but it worked out in the end. Give me more power. Let's go forward. Let's go rock and roll and ruin somebody's day. Mainly a Stardock's day. Let's be honest. Nobody likes Stardocs. Well, Stardock the company is pretty fun. Alrighty, buddy. You put too much faith into that battleship and his escort. See, that was the other thing. It wasn't just a fight against him. It was a fight against him and his escort dude. And that forced us to have to basically enter the fight half engaged. Yes, we can just annihilate the Stardock without them being able to really defend themselves as long as we stop outside of a range of 3.99. Oh, wow, we didn't actually break it. Oh, yeah, because we're currently defending ourselves with our electronic countermeasure. We don't got to do that. We just got to put all the power into the, for an attack. Oh, photon torpedo on this list. Good. It's going to take a little while for all our phases to come back. There we go. Now that he's not able to obfuscate things with his electronic countermeasure, we can just cut right through. Photon torpedoes and phasers will not be stopped by his attempts to blind us. You know, or he could do that, which is irritating. Got long-range pointing fire coming in from those Stardocks. From a distance of 32, they're getting accurate shots on us, which is unfortunate. There goes the first one. On to the next one. We'll repair the entire ship by the time we're done. That one as well. Apparently took damage to most of our photon torpedoes launchers. But we are alive. That is the critical thing. Now we just gotta get on top of this next dock, wipe it out, move to the next dock, wipe it out. We may be able to take Kronos this episode. We've got about 20 minutes left before the end of the stream. And so there is a chance we can grab Kronos in that time. It was a hell of a battle in order to get here, but definitely put the pressure on him. Okay, pull within range. Stop. He's gonna hurt because he's about to use his ESGs. Never mind, he didn't get the chance. Alright, increase the speed. We're back up to yellow shields, so that's lovely. Alright, just get up to the speed. Shields handle that. Yes, seal clubbing. Yeah, they are the easiest Stardocks to kill. Actually, Hydron Stardocks are probably a little bit easier to destroy. And the reason is because the Hydron Stardock just has a whole bunch of extra Gatling phasers, but that doesn't resolve the problem. The Gatling phaser has a maximum range of 2.99, whereas the ESG has a range of 3.99. So, technically, it'd be a little bit easier to kill a Hydron Stardock. So, they do many things well, but not installations. Broke most of that. As we pull into a stop, I assume the second blast will kill it. We didn't actually have enough Marines to steal all 3 Stardocks, so I figured there was no point in trying. So a successful Stardock assault mission right there. That ought to reward us quite nicely. Took on a B-11 battleship and his escort, so that wasn't terrible at all. 450. Empire defense is down to 30. Ooh, we're getting close. It's all going to depend on whether or not we get a 443. Hey, we fixed the whole ship. Thank you. So we have armor again. So it's all going to come down to whether or not we run into a couple of diplomatic deliveries. Because if we get caught up in that crap again, then we may not have enough time to do the 6 or so missions that's required to take on the actual starbase. In fact, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't think we're going to be able to take Kronos this stream. I think it's going to have to wait until next stream. So we are fully set up. That pretty much was a wash. That's fine. Hello, Kronos. Straight up patrol. We'll take that one because I'd prefer patrol over another Stardock assault. There's really no point to it. It's not like I'm actually dealing damage to Stardocks. If that were the case, I'd totally take Stardock assaults just for the infrastructure damage, but I don't believe you actually do anything. Overload the systems. Get to the 4 and the 2, and the forward shield reinforcement going on as much as we can handle. And you know what? We're just going to stop. We'll let our systems charge up a little bit. That way, once everything's ready, we can go into battle as a fully equipped Federation battleship. There we go. Hey, look, it's B-11. It's B-11X, so this is a straight-up one-on-one battle. So, no escorts this time, no nothing. It's just me, you, and my heavy weapons, and my Marines. Marines. We're not going to capture. Send in the probe. Yeah, it's going to take a power, but I'm going to be able to set up hit-and-run teams. That has to die. And where's that shuttle bay? Do you see a shuttle bay? Somewhere around here. There it is. And that. And that. Those are the things that need to die. Missiles, crap. Slow on speed time. Pay attention. We actually have a war to fight here. This is not just Marine Simulator. Alright, the point defense system is engaging, and it's knocking down all his... One missile got through, as expected. Slow down even more. We're gonna risk a lot with this one. Wait for it. Ooh, can I... we're gonna do it. Marines on pause. Wow, we weren't actually able to cut through that defense. That is rather terrifying. Pass through. Ooh, the forward shield held. I rather don't believe it if I'm completely honest with myself. Okay, now the shield is down. I was wondering when that would happen. Send to the Marines. Oh, they got it? No, they got part of it. But they're working on it, and that's important. Come on, more fire as we pass on through. The Marines have their job. They have their 3 jobs, is to take on the 3 things that would make our fighters and our missiles less effective. Half shields are down. We've managed to take out his fighter squadrons. We're about to have another missile barrage. Come on, missiles away, missile away. There we go. Photon torpedoes normal, please. I don't want all that power. I think they're to a few more decks than that. Oh, we got a penetration. Oh, that worked out. Okay, probe. Confirm it. It's gone. Okay. Go. Vultures away. It's time for that danger zone. So let's get the repairs underway. He has no defense. He's starting to repair them, but if we keep the fire up, he's not going to be able to do anything about it. So we're just going to keep pumping out missiles as fast as we can. Hopefully we can keep the AMD offline as much as possible. Vulture's going in on a full attack setup. He is targeting us because our shields are in pretty weak condition right now. So he thinks it's a better idea to go for us. Hit him with the Gatlings. Come on, get in close and use the Gatlings, guys. That's why I set you to assault mode. Couple photon torpedoes not able to connect on that one. More missiles just cutting through, and there we go. Did our fighters just die? Our fighters died when the battleship exploded. That's unfortunate. So as you can see, a one-on-one battle between us and a B-11, we can take them on. They're a super battleship compared to our standard battleship, but we are better than them. And we now also border Kronos on 3 sides. Yeah, but I didn't expect the blast to deal that much damage. Could buy another B-11 if we wanted. Like, if we bought it right now and didn't repair, we could buy a second B-11. Now we can't, now that we've gone through the repairs, but that would have been more than a little amusing. Fighters are good. No fighters need to be fully replaced. Oh, that made that mission very expensive. Very expensive. 3 spare parts. A couple of Marines that were used for some great work. And that ended up being costing more than it earned, but we're trying to take Kronos here. Preparing for a suicide run. Oh no, why would you do this to me, game? Why? Of all missions. We have to fight an anomaly in a battleship. That's gonna suck on so many levels. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this problem at all. Somewhere out there, the anomaly will spawn. It'll start messing with everybody's engines. It's an unfun thing. Let's see who we're actually dueling with out here. Oh, it's a light cruiser. And it's not a light cruiser. It's a light cruiser, but this is actually an alphabet soup destroyer. So we're running into an Orion vessel, who I don't really care about. You are Orion, right? Yeah, you are. And you, which I do kind of care about. Really, you're both about the same in terms of actual effectiveness. There's the anomaly. All power turns off. You know what? Maybe you skimped on AMDs. We'll find out soon. Engines are back. Lovely. Do you know how much damage that did? That did 8 points of damage to our actual defenses. 8. That is absurd. You can die. You can die. Just go away. Die. AMD, do your thing. Wipe everybody out. Okay, so he did not skimp on AMDs. There is that. Phasers. Thank you. Oh, engines are offline again. I hate this. I hate the anomaly mission so much. I can't even just launch my fighters into it because you got too many AMDs for us to actually cut through. Engines are back. 8 more points of damage to the ship. For no reason at all. Forward shield reinforce, please. How much power do I have for free? Oh yeah, and by the way, also all of my weapons take power. So my photon torpedoes are constantly uncharging. That's always fun. You didn't skip on AMDs, did you? No, you didn't. Launching fighters into that would be suicidal. Honestly, firing missiles into this is mostly useless, because 2 AMDs shoot down like 9 missiles, which is a bit irritating, because we don't really have many options. I'm tempted just to lob photon torpedoes at him before the anomaly gets back onto our engines, because we're going right toward it. Look at how many missiles he's just able to pick off without even thinking about it. 2 of them got through. 2. You can shoot down 7 missiles with 2 AMDs. So, by that logic, he can shoot down 28 missiles with the 4 AMDs. This guy can actually shoot down 35. And, you know, so can we. Well, we can shoot down 28. Please die. Oh, wait, I forgot to overload my phasers, didn't I? Gatling phasers. Please get involved. Kill everything. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, that's one of the forces out. Now to the other one. Now, I'd like to be able to say that he stands no chance, but I can't. Now, the reason for that is that anomaly behind me. There's just too much of a chance that he can actually do something. Okay, Phaser's doing a little bit of light work here. Slow down a bit so we actually get some charge going. And there goes the engines. Oh, well, we're stopping. There's nothing we can do about it. Forward shield is starting to get a little bit light. Launch the missiles. Just to see. Hey, he reacted to it anyway. That's pretty nice. Shoot him. We may as well. I should have waited. Should have waited. We were in Gatling phaser range. We could have done more damage. Look at all the damage he's doing to us. Just for free. Because he can blast away. As long as the anomaly's messing with our defenses. Phaser capacitor is empty pretty much. So we've got nothing. All we can do is plink at him. Because we're out of power. He's going to be able to bore through my shield, isn't he? Oh, you little... And he's passing over top of me. That actually kind of works out. Okay, so we're defending a little bit better. I've got nothing. Come on. Just give me power back, okay, anomaly? Missiles. They'll never get through, but I've got to shoot them. Engines are back online, thank God. Actually, wow, 3 of them got through. There we go, jeez. This is why we hate the anomaly mission. This is why we avoid the anomaly mission whenever we can. Because that is not fun. Because you just sit there and it's like, oh, well, now what I do? Oh, I wait. And I wait. Now your engines are... Oh, no, your engines are off again. Wait. 700 prestige, though, for fighting our way out of that one. And the Empire defense is down to 20. Oh, it's so close. It's so close I can taste it. Supplies, high, we're back. We didn't actually take any penetrating hits. That's pretty amazing. But all that aside, more missiles, please. I need all the missiles you can possibly throw into the ship. It's very important. We have a little bit of a planetary assault that we're going on. Or at least that we'd like to go on. Alright, so... Kronos is in the last 20. Let's see if we can actually take this sucker before anything else happens. If we can capture Kronos, that'll be a huge pickup in terms of our economy. So we know something big is off over here, just going to load in. But we are being escorted by... Oh, we brought it. HMS Resolution, an MNV, a Monarch battleship carrier. The most powerful Hydrogen ship in the game, took our number 4 slot in the top 8 battleships list, and to be fair, after playing with it more, may be deserving of a little bit higher of a number. We also brought, you know, the Determination, which is just an MNR, which didn't make the list because we didn't bother with it. It is a PLPH, and we are running into a C10. I thought you were actually a heavy cruiser, so my mistake, which means you're a B11 off there in the corner because you looked huge. Let's go actually set up our defenses properly on this one. Electronic countermeasure and electronic countermeasure to the levels at which I desire. The reason why I don't prep scatter packs on this ship is because we can only control 9 missiles, and the AMDs on all of these ships are so powerful that an additional 6 that is an immediate follow-up will never get through. It's just a situation where the Klingon AMDs are just insane. You can't get through them unless you bring the Marak. And when we finally do the Marak versus Klingon campaign, that's going to be a fascinating display to see just how well we can penetrate their defenses. Because Marak ships, the heavy bombardment cruiser will be an option, but if you're not packing a ton of MIRVs, you're not getting through anything. So it's not until we actually manage to annihilate their defensive systems that we can, or the AMDs, that we can really start getting to work on them with our missiles. And since the Marak rely much more heavily on their missiles than the Federation do, I anticipate that's going to be a very painful learning process. Although, you know, if you throw 44 missiles at somebody, that might be enough to do it anyway. Alright, let's get ourselves up to speed. Tapping the shield budget on this one. We've got our photon torpedoes ready to go. Missile launchers are all set up, but we're not going to use them until after we manage to get some serious damage down on these ships, because otherwise we're just wasting ammunition. So we've got our 2 Monarchs on either side of us. That carrier is packing 20 fighters. They're only killer Bs, which means they're only packing phaser 3s, but it's better than nothing. That's about all I've got. Alright, fire missiles. Let's get those out ahead of us. See if it messes with his targeting systems. If we're in the right spot to follow up on it, we may actually be able to fire openly on him while he's crash stopping. And no, that's not going to happen. Alright, get ready to knock a hole in him. He's crash stopping now. Wait for it, wait for it. Now! Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, just magnifique. We hit him for 148 damage as he was going for the crash stop. He didn't manage to get his defenses online in time. And he did cut through our aft shields, which hurts. But he's dead, and we're not, so I'm going to go with that one. Stop penetrating my aft shields. I don't like it. Photon torpedoes to normal mode, because now the Monarchs, I believe, will probably be able to take care of this guy before we come around for another pass. At least I hope so, because I want to protect my shield. Or the aft open back of the ship, which would suck if we broke things. Hello, Maladric. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen you in the stream. Welcome back. Long time no see, buddy. We are just working on taking the Klingon homeworld of Kronos. And doing a rather fantastic job of it, I might add. It's down to an Empire defense of 20 at this point. So we're really putting the pressure on. Ooh, his AMD's offline, and I think he's got him. There we go. Alright, so, on to the PLPH at this point. We need to set up into our siege positions. Yeah, I can relate. Work becoming very different from what was originally going on. Well, I hope things are going good with you, because they are going pretty well with us here. So we got a long distance to get actually within range, set our photon torpedoes to proximity mode, and get everything rigged for combat on this one. Large influx of bees on surface. Yes, indeed. The bees. All the killer bees. I keep saying that I need to do it, but every time I get escorted by hydrants, I keep wanting to say, oh, I need to go into the ship list and just fix the problem with the fighters being of terrible vintage. Because an MNVX should be packing Hornets. Like all the Hornets that you can get your hands on. And the fact that it's not is just so painful, because the amount of firepower that limits them on is kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we've got this place mostly down. Just need to get a little bit more fire going on. Especially with the help of the two Monarchs, they should be able to cut through most of the fat on this one. As they shoot from ultra long range and knock out every other shield aside from the one that we're sieging out. Although, we have noticed that we can actually get a missile barrage through. We've done it before, so we may as well give it a shot. So if we can, that'll definitely speed up the process of the siege. He's holding on to 3. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. So I'd lob more missiles. Oh, we can actually control 12. Okay, that's good to know. Nope, he shot him down. There we go. Okay, the planet's under siege. Fire everything. We're just going in for it now. Because at this point, we've penetrated the shields, and they are on their last legs. Just a couple more missile salvos, and we'll have them out completely. Just make sure that all the repairs are completed. They are. Lovely. Marines, let's get ready to get underway. There's our distance. There go the Marines. All stop. Alrighty, that's Kronos captured again. Now, it's entirely possible, now that it's this low, that it might flip. I don't think it's likely. I think we're going to have to get it down all the way, because it is Kronos and the homeworld and all that. But it's possible. And we got to keep that in mind. So let's see how much, well, it's 670 prestige. Let's see how much it affects the Empire defense, though. Because that'll be the real thing. Oh, it's neutral. It's neutral. We're getting it. We're going to actually be able to capture You! You outright son of... Sometimes. This game. Oh, fuck you. Oh, that's not fair. That is bullshit. I don't like swearing on my streams, but that is total crap. We had it. It was neutral. And now it's up to an Empire defense of 47 because it flipped right back the moment the turn switched over. That's rage-inducing on several levels. We just took it down. No, here's the thing, Maldrick. At the start of this stream, the Empire defense of Kronos was 60. Now it's 47 at the end of the stream. And not because we didn't get a neutral, but because the game flipped it immediately. I am livid. Livid, I tell you. So let's go take our rage out of the House of Korgath. Hi, I'm here to annihilate everything that you ever loved and would care about. That's not stubborn. That is... That is childish and churlish, and oh, I hate you so much sometimes, game. Oh, I adore this game, but I also love this game, and I hate this game, so... This does not happen often, especially not with, you know, homeworlds. That's especially painful. Just because the amount of effort you put in to take a homeworld is just huge. And then that happens. Because most planets start at, I believe, 40 Empire Defense? They might be 60 on a couple of them, but I believe it's most of them 40. Homeworlds start at 100. So the effort to take them out is just significant on all levels. So when the game pulls one of those on you, it's just infuriating. A little bit. Oh, it is. It's bad timing, just bad luck, but irritating luck nonetheless. Yeah, I think 9 missiles will get through 1 AMD. Could be wrong on that, but I have hope. Let's see what happens. 1 missile taken out. 2 missiles taken out. 3, 4. Yeah, 5 got through. On to the last one. Hi. Do you just want to surrender at this? How about now? Do you want to surrender? Give up? Saying that it's a draw? No. No, we do not accept draws around here. We are the Federation. We win or nothing. That's how this works, clearly. Oh, that was painful. So very painful. Why would you do that, game? That was not nice. That was not nice on every single level. Empire Defense of 42. And thus we start again nearly from scratch of today's stream. We were going to take Kronos. It was going to be great. Thought it'd be a fantastic way to end the night. Would be like a shipyard battle or something. But no. Couldn't bother with that. Anyway, as we start wrapping up, which is probably going to be the last patrol, a couple of housekeeping things to do. We recently started a Discord, and if you're not a member of the Discord and you'd like to be, here is the link to the Discord. We don't really do much on it, if I'm completely honest. It's really just a place where the videos go up automatically in case YouTube doesn't alert you with things. Although, we are going to be starting a Mech HQ game, starting hopefully tonight, actually. I'm writing the, as soon as the stream is over, I'm writing sort of the beginning post and the first couple of contracts to see what is interested in. It's not really an RPG that we're going to be doing. It's more of like a community interaction game. Is there multiplayer by any chance? Any of you guys play it? Multiplayer Starfleet Command? I'm told there is. I don't know where to find it though, and I haven't really bothered to look into it yet, so, but I'm told there's a multiplayer scene. You may be able to find more help on that from the guys at the Hot and Spicy forums. They might be able to direct you in the direction of where the multiplayer may lie, although we haven't tried it, so. But yeah, as I was saying, we're starting a Mech HQ game. Basically, a couple of guys on the Discord, they made up characters and that sort of thing, told me what sort of mechs that they want. I'm going to be playing through Mech HQ and sort of telling them how things go. I've done this before a couple of times with friends of mine. Oh wow, that's pretty impressive how much damage you just dealt me. I managed to get through my forward shields and deal damage to the actual ship itself. That is not allowable. Holy crap, that AMD field. That's impressive. There we go, he's dead. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, there's the link. Say hi, just keep it nice and, well, polite and calm and easy because we're very easygoing people. We tend to keep things a little bit toned down. And I don't want to have to moderate that place too much if I don't have to. But yeah. So, also, other fun things. We recently upgraded to version 0.999, War Crimes, for Rogue Tech. I haven't actually updated the Black Sheep yet, but we're going to be doing that probably tomorrow. And then we'll be continuing the Black Sheep campaign on Saturdays. The Saturday stream at 5 o'clock. So if you want to stick around for that on Saturdays, would love to see you all out there. Let's get everything wriggled up. Although I think we've got this one sorted, as we do have the USS Morris, a battleship carrier, with us, as well as the Pollux, who clearly is going to be carrying this entire battle on his slender shoulders with that triple nacelle of his. You start giving the frigates triple nacelles. Alright, let's overload all the systems, get ready for the combat. This will probably be the last one. Can you be an aerofighter pilot? You can, actually. We don't have any aerofighters at the moment, but we could start working our way to affording one. Because we've already done most of the setup for the company. We started with, I think it was 72 million C-mills, and we have spent all of it. But yeah, we could cram more people in if needed. I can sell Sprogue's mech. Don't tell him. So we're going to go right up on the... Oh, you're a Mauler. That's adorable. Goodbye. I gotta remember that he did... Okay, I was about to say I gotta remember he doesn't have the capability of actually one-shotting people. But when he's got long-range follow-up fire support from other battleships, FFB-X is a battle frigate. So FF is frigate, FFB is battle frigate. The small X is a X-type phaser refit, which gives all the phaser 1s and 2s and turns them into phaser X's, which deal a lot more damage. Alrighty. So unfortunately, or fortunately, well, that's where the stream's going to end today. We've been streaming for 2 hours, which is what we like to do between the times of 7 and 9 o'clock on Wednesdays for our Starfleet Command stream. Unfortunately, after getting Kronos down to totally neutral, it flipped back to Klingon, because the game ticked over a turn right at that moment and decided, hey, they have more influence than you do in this tile. And so we're going to have to go through all that process all over again, although at least this time it's down to an Empire defense of 32 instead of 60. So that shouldn't take nearly as long, and probably in the next week's stream we should be able to take care of that. But anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like... Oh, wait, Sean's got a quick question. Did you stream Rogue Tech tonight, or did you miss... I missed a little bit of the stream. Yeah, I didn't... I was running a little bit late, and so I just quickly dived in and started the stream pretty much right away. I actually had the wrong title card and everything. I changed it later on, but it was a bit of a mess. But yeah, anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next episode.